Okay, go ahead.
Meeting properly noticed? Yes, it was. Okay, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call with introductions. I'm Rocky Gilner, representing District 3. Yeah.
John Dolezal, District 8.
Jody Shapey, District 7.
Bruce Knockrider, citizen member.
Randy Thiessen, Citizens Member.
Jay Churchill, District 1.
Don Cavallio, District 9.
Okay, thank you. Need a motion to approve the agenda. Rolio. And Churchill. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, agenda is approved. Need a motion to approve the minutes from September 7th. Jay?
Second.
And John? Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Surveyors report.
Been fairly quiet as far as the field work. I've got one tie sheet yet to do for the corner of the town of Roll, or excuse me, Roll. Telephone calls are still fairly high at the moment, and I expect that to stay that way for a little while. Been working a little bit with Jody and Sam and Rich about doing, right now our flights of survey are hosted on the Regional Plan Commission site. And when we do that, we did them, we believe it's in the access database. And we are sending them, once we scan them periodically, up to the Regional Plan Commission. And what our intent is to do is to actually host it here on our website. So when those are scanned, they'll be there in real time. I think it'll be a lot easier for the general public. I know that the investment is to has been involved in this. We're looking at Sam's going to eventually, as time allows, put points or a symbol on where these plots of survey are on the GIS, so that you'd be able to click on that and have the image of the survey come up. So I think we're on the way to making some good progress here. We talked about it. I think we can start doing it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions for the surveyor? Okay. Preliminary plat review, Town of Rome, Alpine Estates.
Jerry, have you had a chance to review that? Currently, the only thing that is part of it is the actual plat itself. I do have some notes here for the review process through the Town of Rome, which they're still working through. I don't know if it'll be on for next month for the final. It could be a little bit, depending on any issues they would run into with Town of Rome. Then we would have all the corresponding documentation along with the final plat. But it's not really under zoning, so a lot of it's up to the Town of Rome on this one.
Okay, any questions? Okay, moving on, registered deeds, office activities.
I don't know what that was. I don't have a lot to report this month. Things are going as usual, and we're doing back indexing this time allows. And we had the company come and pick up our grantor grantee indexes, the older ones, and they'll be scanning those. And then I'll be talking to Rich to decide whether we want to host them locally because there's pretty large files, or we want to have a regional planning commission host those and then create the search mechanism for the public to find those, but there's several years, I think he picked up 55, 56 books and hauled them in and out of courthouse here, so that was been interesting, but other than that, I don't really have a lot.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Jody? Okay. Land information, he included a report. I don't think he's online.
He's in London, and watch, gonna watch the game.
Okay. Everybody have a chance to look at his report? Any questions on it? Okay, review of final budgets, Richard, huh? I guess.
If I might, I forgot one little item here. I am not going to be doing office hours in Marquette anymore, only by appointment. So my intent now, unless there's some objection, is I usually here on Wednesday afternoons. I'm gonna make it Tuesday mornings. What that does is it allows me to have, instead of 2 free days for field work, I'll have 3 full days for field work. So, and if the weather's bad, then I just have a day off. So if anyone has any objections, otherwise I'll begin that next week.
I don't. Anybody? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Review of final budgets. Register of deeds.
Sharon, talk about any changes.
If you know, anything you want to add?
There were a few changes made by the admin and finance or county manager. I think I brought up last month that they increased my expected revenue and which is fine because we should be good. I'm hoping. You never know what's going to happen in the future. But that was based off the 5-year average. So then the one thing that if you notice, the one thing we added in, we applied a fund balance, and that's going out in expenses under computer software maintenance. I've had amount setting in a fund balance for a long time that it could only be used for a specific purpose, social security redaction. Well, we're basically done doing, manual social security number redaction on some older documents. So the software automatically does that for anything we scan now. It's been doing that for some time. And I know that the county would like to clear up those fund balances, otherwise it's gonna sit out there for a long time. And so we decided that would be good to help pay for the engine maintenance for my software, because that software does automatically do that social security number redaction. So that's where that came from.
Okay. Land information, any questions on that? And planning and zoning, any questions on that? Okay, hearing none, we'll move into the public hearings. What?
In my committee meeting yesterday, we did, Cynthia did request a motion and a second to pass those on to county board.
Admin finance. Admin finance.
Sorry, yes, admin and finance board. So I think we can go all 3 together, but I think we want everybody.
Okay, then I'll need a motion to approve the final budgets for register of deeds, land information, planning and zoning. Jody and Randy. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Final budgets are approved. We'll go to full board. Now we'll start public here.
And
Where they are.
they're going somewhere.
I think it goes on. Yeah.
All right, so for public hearings, the first applicant is Cindy and Jennifer Ritchie. This was reopened a table, rezone request for a portion of a parcel 5 acres from A115 exclusive ag to A3 secondary ag on property located in the northeast quarter, southeast quarter, section 20, township 16 north, range 7 east, parcel number 20-594, town of Newchester. The address is 2760 County Road G. I believe this table left side is they haven't completed through the town. We do not have the town form. The town of Newchester does not object. They felt it was consistent with their town comprehensive plan, and that was done September 19th. The highway commissioner also has no concerns with the rezone request. And I did receive correspondence from John and Wendy Logie. At 2757 County Road G. This is in regards to the Timmy and Jennifer Ritchie rezone request at 2760 County Road G, Town of Newchester, Adams County. Being an adjacent property owner, we totally support Timmy and Jennifer Ritchie's request to rezone their property. And that is all the correspondence I have.
Okay, is the requester here?
Yep.
Anything to add?
Glad to get along with my neighbors. The rezone request is to, add a residence for actually my son. I have a nice big parcel of land that we don't do nothing with. And that's basically what our.
Okay, does the committee have any questions for the requester? Okay. Is there anyone here that wishes to speak in favor of the proposal? Is there anyone here that wishes to speak against the proposal? Hearing none, it's up to the committee.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Do I have a second? John? Motion and second to approve the proposal. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Gilmer,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
JV. Yes. Knockreiner,
Yes.
Ethan.
Yes.
Turco.
Yes.
Verbilio.
Yes.
Okay, 7 yeses. This goes before the full county board and what's the full county board?
18th, I believe.
Yes, 18, 6 P.M. Okay, next one.
The next applicant is Arlen Jorgensen and Richard Gavinsky. This is a rezone request for a parcel 40 acres from A1 exclusive ag to A3 secondary ag for 10 acres of it, and A1 15 exclusive ag for the remaining 30 acres on property located in the southeast quarter, section 22, township 14 north, range 6 east, parcel number 8-639, town of Del Prairie, no address. You have the form from the town of Del Prairie. They do not object. They feel that this was their land use plan, and that was done on September 13th. And I don't believe I received any other correspondence.
Okay, is the requester in the room or online? Does the committee have any questions for Dusty on the rezone? Hearing none, is there anyone that wishes to speak in favor of the proposal? Is there anyone that wishes to speak against the proposal? Hearing none, it's up to the committee. Bergoglio and Jay, motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Vogel,
Yes.
JV. Yes. Knockreiner,
Yes.
Ethan.
Yes.
Turco.
Yes.
Verbilio.
Yes.
Gilmer.
Yes. Okay. Next one.
The next application is for Marcia Rolke. This is a rezone request for parcel totaling 44.67 acres from A135 exclusive ag with farmland preservation to A115 exclusive ag on property located in the northeast quarter, southwest quarter, and the southeast quarter, southwest quarter, section 21, township 14 north, range 7 east, parcel 22-367-10 and 22-371-10. This is in the town of New Haven. I did receive correspondence from the town of New Haven. They do not object to the request. This request was approved unanimously and without dissent by both the town planning commission and the town board, and that was on September 15th. I do also have correspondence on file from Robert Ginther. I am writing with regards to Marcia Rolke's pending request to rezone her 44-acre parcel in town of New Haven from Ag 1 to Ag 115. I have discussed this matter with the surveyor, and I believe we have come up with a different approach to accomplish the goal that is in full compliance with the zoning and land division ordinances. assuming the rezone is approved. Our original approach was to get the 44 acres rezoned as requested, and then do a CSM to create 2 lots. One at 24 acres to be sold to me, and one at 20 acres to be retained by Marcia. This approach requires us to jump through some hoops under the town land division ordinance. Instead, what we are proposing is to proceed as follows. Marcia currently owns 2 separate parcels. The homestead parcel and the 44 acre parcel. They're acquired at separate times under separate deeds. And as such constitute separate parcels under the land division ordinance. With the background, we revise the approach as follows. Rezone the 44 to A115. And then create a new CSM that creates a 24 acre lot to be sold to me and creates a lot that combines Marcia's house parcel with the 20 acres she is retaining from the sale to me. This CSM does not create any new parcels, it simply adjusts the boundaries of 2 adjacent parcels. As such, the CSM does not result in any impermissible land division under the town land division ordinance pursuant to the following exemption from applicability of the land division ordinance. So most of this does actually deal with the town land division ordinance, not the county. But they are doing what they can to satisfy that request. And then there's numbers 3 and 4. The approach also fits with the town and county's goal for zoning and land use. After creation of the CSM above, there still can only be 1 single family residence built on that 44 acres. And there's no substantial change to the currently permitted uses in the 44 acre parcel. This approach should be acceptable whether we rezone now and split the land now, as we discussed above, or whether I buy the whole 44 acres now, rezone the land now, and then Marcia and I do the split a year or 2 down the road. That's all the correspondence I have.
Is the requester in person or online?
Yes, she is. I'm Robert Ginther, and sitting next to me here is Marshall Rolke.
Hey, you have anything to add to this request?
I don't. I appreciate you reading my entire email. I was going to reiterate that, but I think it's pretty straightforward what we're proposing. If you have any questions, let me know.
Okay, thank you. How do you want to proceed with this? Rezone it the way it says on the agenda or change?
Are you asking me?
This is how I'm asking Dusty.
Well, it'd be the. It's the same. He's rezoning. 44, 44.6. Yeah, that's exactly what.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
Okay, then is there anyone that wishes to speak in favor of this proposal?
Just what I've already said.
Okay. Is there anyone that wishes to speak against the proposal? Does the committee have any questions? John?
Just one quick, thoughts real quick. So they're putting the whole thing into A115. Right.
the 44 acres will become A115. He will be keeping 24 acres of it, which could be further divided because you can't go under 15 acres. The remaining 20, and this is where the whole town land division ordinance comes in. If they just, and that's the main, basically what the email said, they can't have that 20 sitting by itself under the town land division ordinance. So what they're doing is combining that to more land that she already has next door.
Okay.
Correct.
That whole area, or that whole 44 acres would become A150.
That's correct. The way we're proposing to do it, there would not be a land division under the town land division ordinance, because all that's happening is what's expressly excluded, and that's Marcia's basically just adjusting the boundary line between her 2 existing parcels. But we do need it rezoned so that those 2 newly created parcels with the boundary lines adjusted are both legal parcels under the zoning ordinance, which would allow anything above 15 acres.
And it's up. Jay, motion to approve, and Randy, motion second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Not Griner,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Turco,
Yes.
Revolio,
Yes.
Gilmer,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
Shaky. Yes.
Okay, this will have to be before the full county board on the 18th at 6 P M.
The next application is for Irina and Lucas Cabisco. Rezone request for a portion of a parcel 12 acres from A115 exclusive ag to A3 secondary ag on property located in the northeast quarter, northwest quarter, and the northwest quarter, section 4, town 15, north, range 6 east, parcel number 32-1951, town of Springville. They did receive correspondence from the town of Springville. They do not object. They feel it does fit with the comprehensive plan, and that was done on September 26th. And I do have correspondence from the applicant stating that Denise and Davida have giving them permission to sign and file a rezone application on her behalf. And her father to appear on her behalf for this meeting, for any meeting. Well, this is all I have.
Okay. The requester in the room. Anybody have any questions for Dusty on this rezone?
I just.
Ah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow, get the video out of the way first.
I thought I saw her, there's not, okay.
Okay, is there anyone in the room that wishes to speak on this proposal? Please state your name and address.
James Zellmeyer, 705 West Boulevard. Racine. 709 West Boulevard. Racine. I have cul-de-sac end of 10th Drive. Just want to know what's going on with the back parcel there.
So let me, what she wants, she has a 29-acre parcel. And she'd like to cut off a 12-acre parcel. Or a portion of that. So it ended up being 2 lots. And I do have a copy of the survey map. Of what she's proposing. And I think 10 would be right.
That corner, I didn't just point to.
Okay, so this is how she's proposing to buy.
These 2 lots.
Well, it's just 1 lot now, and it's,
What are they proposing to do with the teaching? Zoning still building?
they can build on it now, they just can't create a parcel less than 15 acres, and they want to create a 12 acre.
So it's more or less for single dwelling.
Right, under A3, it would. A3, right? A3, so they would, a house is a permitted use. It's already A1, so they could already have farm animals. So not a ton of changes.
Yeah, it's basically vacant right now, the back portion there. I was just wanting to know what's going on, why they're rezoning it. I see if it clicks with me.
They were at our meeting, and they want to build a house on the front lot, I believe, and then eventually someday possibly build another house for a retiring relative on the back lot.
At 400 feet between the field and my lot.
Correct. Right.
From 400 feet, right?
It's a narrower lot, it's not hugely wide, yeah.
But my old survey, I have like each.
They're up against the field, basically.
Right, that's 400 between mine and the field, from what I understood, that's why.
Right.
There will be a portion of the property that is wider, about 550 feet.
It's the front portion off of 11th.
Behind the first lot, there's a strip that's gonna be 550 wide,
Oh,
and then it kind of narrows down into a 400.
oh, okay. Yeah, because I always thought it was 400 between my line and the field.
And a good chunk of it is, but it does widen as it gets closer to the road.
Okay, so they're just rezoning to put another house or a house on the front line off of 13 for 11, and then eventually maybe one in the back. Okay, I just When a bunch of houses going back there.
No, the smallest parcel size will be, the 5 acres. On the front part, and the back could be divided again because it's, you can't get 215s out of 17.
Except they may have problems with access because of the way it's.
They have it drawn in here as a 66-foot wide
Okay.
access, or,
On the field.
correct. Coming off of 11
Off of the line.
on the north side.
You meant 12 acres, didn't you? Not 5.
12 acres.
No, well, the 12 getting rezoned, the 12 acre portion is being rezoned to A3, which is a 5 acre minimum.
Okay, but we're talking 12 acres and 17, based on the CSM, it's 17 and 12 plus some change on both of those. Because you mentioned 5 acres, and I just want to make sure.
Well, that's what A3 can go down to,
No, I know that. But the parcel sizes that we're talking about is.
or 12 and 17.
Okay, good, okay.
But on and I think maybe what I said is on the 17 acre lot too. Because you can't get 215s out of that,
Right,
it can't be divided further.
thank you. Right.
Okay. Any other questions?
Maybe there is somebody else online, I don't know if there's.
Okay, is there anyone else that would like to speak in favor of this proposal? Is there anyone that wishes to speak against this proposal? Hearing none, it's up to the committee.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Stephen,
Yes.
Turco.
Yes.
Revolio,
Yes.
Milner,
Yes.
Dolville,
Yes.
Sheepy. Yes. Not Griner.
Yes.
Okay. This too will be the full county board that meeting. The next one,
You want me to read it first?
well, explain the situation.
The next 2 requests are for Beantown Campground. The applicants have not gone to the town board yet. Or, no, they have not. So it would be my request to table the application until they have gone to the town.
Okay, I request a motion to table the rezone and the conditional use. Jay?
I'll second it.
And Randy? All those in favor say aye.
I,
Opposed? Okay, table until November. That concludes the public hearing portion. Next thing is the financial report.
As you can see, this is through the end of August. We are doing quite well on our numbers that we have been for a few years now. Sanitary permit, we're actually already, or sanitary fees, we're actually already over. Looking like building and zoning permits will. We won't have an issue meeting those targets. We are in the process of reviewing a permit for a new commercial building in the county, new Dollar General. Where? Big ones. And doing well on the financials.
Okay, any questions? Okay, permit report.
I'm sorry. We are, let's see, ahead on building permits, shade behind on sanitary transfer containers. But if you look at year to date, zoning is about the only thing we're a little behind in. But revenue wise, we're doing quite well.
Okay, planning and zoning division updates.
We have had some applicants for that halftime position. Interviewed for various reasons. We are still in the process of finding somebody. We do have another interview coming up. And
Okay, public participation, correspondence.
I have no correspondence there.
Joe,
I have a question, might as well hit it at the correspondence level. Is there a way that we can retroactively attach the correspondence that Dustin read, because they're not linked to 3 of the public hearings?
I was asking that too. There was nothing attached to them
Right,
at the time.
right. And I don't know if there's a process that we have to go through.
I printed this out, the correspondence is listed there, I couldn't read it.
We
Where-
had
where does this one
received it,
good?
right, and at that point, we hadn't received it at the time she made the agenda. And as they come in, as long as the placeholder's in there, we can add it in. So it should be there now.
No,
Even on the one you're displaying.
we didn't get correspondence from Beam Town.
No, but, Gavinsky, Loki, and these bill.
Well, I just printed this morning, I couldn't.
There is no hyperlink there. All right, we'll work on that, should be able to still attach it. I would think so, because the agenda doesn't change, it's just a link.
Thank you.
Okay, next meeting date, November 2nd, 3 p.m. And don't forget to sign the ordinances before you leave the room.
I even already pulled them out.
Okay, meeting adjourned.